What's up, guys, and welcome to HorsePLAY Live episode 230 on this fine May. What day is it? May 28th. I had this planned for Friday, and it's just been non-stop stuff going on. Of course, today is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day. I can't really say happy Memorial Day. It's kind of like one of those sombering holidays where you just realize the price that people pay to give others their freedoms and allow others to, for the most part, live pretty carefree lives. And I'm gonna warn you, this is gonna be a kind of somber note for this podcast, and I don't plan to be too long here, but I do want to get this out. I was trying to put my thoughts together. First of all, for everyone that puts their lives at risk and sacrifices one way or another for our great country, definitely appreciate you and yours. But I think there's plenty of appreciation there already, and I don't want to downplay that. But on last Thursday, May 24th, 2018, the news broke out that John Bain, a.k.a. TotalBiscuit, passed away. And, celebrity deaths, right? Or quote-unquote celebrity. And I consider him a celebrity. But, it's one of those things where how sad can you really be unless you knew the person, personally, or, your friends, I don't know. But then you think about the influence that people have in our lives, even when we don't interact with them directly, right? I think it's important to realize that heroes come in different sizes. I don't know, it sounds so corny, right? You can't compare. Just go from talking about fallen soldiers to talking about a YouTube celebrity. But TotalBiscuit left a mark. I know there was a lot of stuff going on about how he was a terrible person and blah blah, and apparently he was a misogynist and all this other stuff, right? And like I said, everybody's got the skeletons in the closet. Everybody's got their bad things, right? It's not like he was a serial killer or a pedophile or something. I'm saying that's the worst that you could be. There's other things that you gotta pause for, right? But he had a dark sense of humor, and it wasn't a hit for everyone. He said off-color things, but you gotta give it to him. Every time I would watch WTF is, his video game reviews, I can't remember when he ever lost his cool or cussed or anything. He cussed on his podcast, on podcast appearances and whatnot, and on video and stuff, but live video. But on these things, he was very professional. He's all about just being objective and really breaking things down. And no one breaks down a game review on video the way he did. Not that I found, at least. And it's something I really appreciate, because if I had the time and resources to put that much attention to detail, and really commit to that career path, I would probably do that, at least part-time, because I think it's important to really dig into a game or anything that you enjoy, any creative work, and really, parse out the different parts of it. And I think he was very eloquent. He was very good at giving you different aspects of something and why he liked it or didn't like it. So you had context, and then you could formulate your own opinion. And that's something that's really missing in the industry. But, outside of the appreciation as a gamer, it's just, he was 33 years old. Jeez, that's young. And I remember he was on a podcast during one of the more recent BlizzCon. I don't know if it was this year or last year. But he was talking about how every couple of weeks he had to go in for chemo. And it was, 3 to 5 days of recovery to have, a few days in that 2-week period where he could get at it. And then he, this year he announced his retirement. Was it last year? recently enough. He announced his retirement from games critiquing, and that he would still be a podcaster and do his live streaming and stuff like that. But he felt like he couldn't put in the effort anymore. That's stuff that really hits home. Just for me, like right here, I have this persona I've built up of Yogizilla for over 10 years, doing different types of digital entertainment, for lack of a better word, even doing some game development, and it's become a big part of me, not just an alter ego that I step in and out of. It's become integrated with who I am, and I still have that level of passion, right? But the consistency, I mean, you gotta really realize that the amount of effort it takes to keep something like that going, especially when you're fighting with something like that. She had a strong, almost whole 4 years fighting the colon cancer. And I look at that, I'm like, damn, I look at my life, and I think it's well spent. But there's times where you say, I could have put more effort there. I could have seen this through further, right? And then moreover, like when he was on this podcast, his song about, jokingly how he should have had a finger up his butt sooner, and you laugh at that, but it's true, how for us men, I think it's a very common thing to just put off going to the doctor, or self-diagnose. Right now I want to shout out Chris Gannon over the Gaming Death podcast, because I know he's going through stuff. What is it? What's the condition he has? Chris was just telling me. I'm just a mess right now because I got all this stuff going on. I think it's called SOD. I want to say that's what he said. I don't remember now. I think he was telling me about it. Anyways, it seems pretty serious, and I'm terrible not having context here. I just, I had my father-in-law die, and my wife going through emotional bouts, and then this shit, and his work's been beating my ass. Just haven't taken the time to take the time, if you know what I mean. And there go. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear this. These are our dogs being retarded in unison. Unbelievable. Those dogs are not going to survive tonight. Anyway, I'm kind of all over the place here. But he talked about that, getting checked. And, Chris apparently has something very serious where it's chronic and so bad that he lost his job, and he's doing a fundraising campaign. Make sure you check him out. If you look up, I don't know how to look up the link, but I'll try to put it in the show notes. I'm a mess right now. But he is doing GoFundMe to kind of help ends meet while he recovers. But you think about it, being on a career path, the slightest ailments could throw you off your game, right? But to find the strength and the will, the perseverance to push through, that's tough. It's easy to just become a victim, victimize yourself and just kind of give up, right? And whatever John Bain was, TotalBiscuit, there's one thing you got to give him is he had a strong work ethic, and he put out some quality content. So, I look at this, all deaths around me and young folks that I know, dealing with life-changing illnesses. And I guess I really just wanted to be here, is not so much ramble on like I am doing right now, but just, just hope that folks will take that to heart and go to the doctor. And I gotta follow my own advice, do do your checkups, talk. Doctors are not mind readers. And for me, the challenge has been finding a primary care physician that has good bedside manner and won't just attribute everything to being overweight. I had a good doctor before, but he's no longer in the area, so now I'm kind of looking for that kind of relationship, because you need that kind of trust there, right? So you can comfortably talk about stuff that it's embarrassing, but sometimes you just got to swallow your pride and just go, hey, I got this weird growth and I've just been ignoring it, but it's getting bigger, stuff like that. I feel tired. I just want to take a nap all the time. There's so many things, little symptoms that you could easily misdiagnose. For TotalBiscuit, he thought he had Crohn's disease or IBS or diverticulitis, but ended up being colon cancer. I think what Chris has is septo-optic dysplasia. Let me make sure. A rare disease characterized by a normal development of the optic disc, pituitary deficiencies, and often a genesis or absence of the septum pellucidum, the part of the brain that separates anterior horns or the lateral ventricles of the brain. Wow. Jesus. It is resulting from congenital malformation involving the brain. It's a rare disease. Affects less than 200,000 people in the U.S. Damn. Is this what he has? I'm gonna have to double check that. It definitely put things into perspective for me. I'm the kind of person that, I just indulge myself in work and kind of get lost in the moment. I keep pushing aside little things, I take responsibility very seriously, but it's usually, Korean family. When it comes to like the little things, like taking care of myself, I haven't been too great, gotta say. And think about it, that's a selfish thing in the end, because then you're not there for those who love you and turn to you and who have been touched by what you do, and who you are. I'm sorry, this is probably a very depressing episode to listen to, but if you appreciate people, make sure you support them, and kind of create that environment where people can speak openly, because a lot of times it's just when you're dealing with certain things, even depression, it doesn't have to be a physical condition. You're either embarrassed of it or you don't know it's. You just assume everybody else is going through the same thing. You don't want to seem like you're whining. You don't want to be a burden, whatever it is, and then you just kind of deal with it on your own in silence. And by the time those close to you find out, it's too late. All right. I wanted to share what TotalBiscuit's wife, Jenna Bain, wrote. I believe it's the whole piece here. The final shadow that would close my eyes will, in its darkness, take me from white day, and instantly untie the soul from lies and flattery of death, and find its way, and yet my soul won't leave its memory of love there on the shore where it has burned. My flame can swim cold water, and has learned to lose respect for law's severity. My soul, whom a god made his prison of, my veins, which a liquid humor fed to fire, my marrows, which have gloriously flamed, will leave their body, never their desire. They will be ash, but ash in feeling framed. They will be dust, but will be dust in love. I won't pretend to understand half of that, because I'm not really parsing out, but it's powerful emotion there. Like, damn. I choked up the first time I read it. A little bit now, the emotion started coming back up. It's at a point where it's just kind of numb, I'm at a loss for words, and it's like, so much shit at once. I can't wait for June to be here. It's kind of like new month reset, right? It's like seasons. This month has not been a good one, and it's got me worrying about other shit. You know, my grandmother just turned 91, and I keep saying I'm gonna go out and visit her in Puerto Rico, and keep pushing that out. I'm trying to get my mom move my mom down to Georgia, so she's not up in New York City by herself. Cause now the novelty of living in the city is worn out, and she just feels lonely. And she's kind of like me, you know. I'm kind of a curmudgeon, and I love people, but treat them from afar, because it's hard to find people and develop an inner circle of people you really trust and can speak openly with. Because, you know, a lot of times it's just, you know, even your closest friends, it just devolves to just superficial talk and a lot of deflecting and avoidance, you know, to avoid those vulnerable moments, you know. So when you have someone that you really feel you confide in like that, who isn't consumed with their own stuff, that's really the challenge. Right, you might have people that care, but they're dealing with their own shit. We're all just kind of stuck in our own little islands, and the islands only have, you know, a couple feet of water between them, but we just stay focused on what's in front of us, and we don't realize people are drowning around us or dying on their islands or whatever's going on, you know. So rest in peace, John Bain, and you know, to all the folks that have lost loved ones serving their country. You know, trust me, it's not easy. I know that, but you know, the TotalBiscuit thing just really called out to me, just because I've been there before. You know, I've had things where I keep putting it off, say, "Oh, all right, that's not a big deal," and then go check it out, and it was a bigger deal than I realized, and I got lucky. But not all of us are that lucky, so sometimes it's better just err on the side of being a hypochondriac, exaggerating, you know. I got this weird cough. Oh, that's probably just the flu. Well, let's go check it out. You know, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared to when I next go to the doctor and get a full checkup. The last few times I've gone to the doctor to take care of immediate issues, but now I'm gonna be like, just run a full battery of tests. It's been a while, and I've been dealing with this. This is my last visit, and this, and I haven't really talked about it, and I'm scared to see what I'm gonna find out. The last time I had some big news, it wasn't fun news, and again I got lucky, and I think this really made me appreciate that there are greater powers at work. And a lot of people will roll their eyes at that. That's your prerogative, but I believe that God is good. God is definitely out there, and you know, he'll move you along. He'll hold your hand. He'll push you along, but he's not gonna drag you. You know, you gotta make some effort. So, man, hopefully next time we meet, it'll be a much more upbeat tone, and we go back to the shenanigans. But for now, this is Yomar, a.k.a. Yogizilla. This has been HorsePLAY Live, episode 230, on this May 28th, 2018, Memorial Day. Be well, be safe, and don't take today for granted. Peace.